Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today I'm going to be going over my latest draft for Game Week 1. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment with your Game Week 1 squads. I'd love to see what you guys have come up with. Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So starting things off, no changes for my goalkeeper. I'm sticking with Raya. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be going into Game Week 1 with him. If there are any changes, it's probably going to be Ramsdale. Arsenal have had a really good preseason, but of course Ramsdale is 0.5 more expensive. I'm not worried or concerned that Raya isn't going to be the first choice with the new Brentford keeper that's just been brought in. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that he is the first choice still, from inside sources and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. There are obviously options such as Sanchez, Pickford, Henderson and stuff for 4.5. I just think Raya, his save percentage is really good. He will make quite a few saves, and they've also just brought in Ben Mee as well from Burnley, and I think that's going to solidify the defense. So quite happy keeping Raya. Personally think he's the best 4.5 mil option, but if I do change, it will be Ramsdale. I know Mendy is also an option as well. It's just Chelsea have been so poor pre-season. I think there's just things going on behind the scenes there, and I just kind of want to stay away from Chelsea until they sort themselves out. But either way, quite happy just to go into the season with Raya. My back line has changed a little bit. Trent, James and Cancelo are staying. I can't see myself getting rid of any of those. They were like the first three players that I brought in when making my draft, obviously along with Salah, and I just can't really see me changing those unless there's like a lot of information about James not playing as a wing back and he's just playing as a centre back. Maybe that's when I'll start thinking about getting rid of him and bringing in a different player. But yeah, Trent, James and Cancelo definitely staying. Dalot I think is a really nice option as well, 4.5 mil. He should be playing like every single game as well. I think the new United manager has a lot of faith in him, and he's been really good preseason as well. He's been very attacking, he's getting forward, putting a lot of balls in the box and stuff. So yeah, quite happy going with him. There are obviously options like Tomiyasu as well, but I don't think he's got a lot of preseason minutes under his belt for Arsenal. I think their new United centre-back as well is only 4.5 mil too, but again, is just a centre-back, so I'd prefer to go with wing-backs just because their attacking potential is a lot better. And I know that centre-backs can score on like headers and stuff as well, on corners, but it doesn't happen very regularly. So that's my back line at the moment. That 4.5 mil option though could change, but you know, United have been pretty good pre-season, and yeah, I think there's a good atmosphere around the camp in that United team. So yeah, that's my back line. I can't see it changing too much more right now. Again, there are other 4.5 mil options, 5 mil options, but yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that back line now. And of course, FPL literally starts, well, the season starts next Friday, so I need to make these decisions. These tinkerings, they need to kind of come to an end, and I need to just be happy with my team, which I'm not, by the way. I'm still changing players every single day. But anyway, that's the back line. My midfield has changed a lot. I've got rid of Diaz, got rid of Rashford, got rid of Martinelli. I've kept Salah, but I've brought in Sancho, Saka, and Neto. Again, I've just been very impressed with Arsenal's pre-season tour, as well as United's as well. I brought in Sancho. He's just looked very, very good on the ball. He's a lot more expensive. Well, I say a lot more expensive. He's a bit more expensive than Rashford, so that 0.1 mil could be used elsewhere to upgrade like a Neto to Martinelli or something. But I mean, I'm quite happy with Sancho and Saka, but again, Diaz being that Liverpool option for 8 mil, that, you know, if he gets the minutes, he's just going to be an absolute steal. But again, Arsenal have just been so good pre-season. We'll see what happens. I don't think I'll keep Sancho and Saka. I think that will change. I probably will go back to Diaz at some point, and probably Rashford as well, and use that mil elsewhere. But the reason I brought Neto in is not only do I think he is the best 5.5 mil option, but Jimenez has also picked up an injury, and I can kind of see Neto playing as like a false 9 or something whilst Jimenez is injured. I think Neto would play anyway, but whilst Jimenez is injured, if he's playing as a false 9, that's even better for Neto. And they've got some nice fixtures at the start of the season. He's only 5.5 mil. Yeah, that Jimenez injury has definitely kind of twisted my arm. I'm thinking about bringing him in anyway. But yeah, now I think I'm definitely kind of convinced that I will be having Neto. So, you know, if I do downgrade Sancho to a Rashford and get that extra mil, I don't really know where I'm going to put it. Like, maybe I put it in defense and bring in someone like Perisic or, you know, Trippier or someone like that. But I don't really want to. So I'm kind of happy with just how that's going at the moment. Again, could trade Saka back to Diaz. But either way, that's kind of what I've gone with at the moment. But yeah, happy with Neto in that midfield just simply because of that Jimenez injury. I think he's only out for like a month or something like that. He doesn't need surgery. That's like latest information. But yeah, either way, Neto, really, really good option for 5.5 mil. I think he's like one of the best attackers for Wolves as well, if not the best attacker for Wolves. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But 5.5, I think, could be a bit of a bargain for him this season. So that's my midfield. Again, not super happy with it. I think I will change it quite a bit. There are the likes of like Grealish as well, who's kind of coming into my team a tiny bit, 7 mil. Could downgrade Sancho to Grealish and save that 0.5 and put that elsewhere, like in defense. But again, I'll have to see what happens with his minutes. I'm quite intrigued to see what's happening with the Community Shield this weekend and see who's going to play for that. I would kind of like go to double Liverpool defense and bringing in Robertson and obviously taking the money out elsewhere, like downgrading Sancho and stuff. But you know, with Alisson being injured as well, I don't know how long he's out for, but you know, I don't trust Liverpool defense without Alisson. They do make a couple of mistakes. You've seen throughout, like last season, Alisson has been the get out of jail free card, and so that's why I'm kind of a little bit hesitant to bring in double Liverpool defense. I feel weird not going into the season with triple Liverpool though, but again, I've only got one City player as well, so again, that's why I kind of want to bring in Grealish. But either way, I'm kind of just basing this off like the players that have had a really good preseason. Like Sancho's had a really good preseason, so is Martial as well, and Rashford. Like any of those three could get into my team. We'll move on to forwards now though. That's still Kane and Jesus, but I have been tinkering quite a bit with this idea of downgrading Kane to Martial and then upgrading Sancho to Son, and then having like Martial and Jesus up front, and then my midfield being like Salah, Son, Saka, and Neto, or like Salah, Sancho, and Diaz, or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like Kane's going to do really, really well this season. He's been having a blinder of a preseason, obviously on penalties. And so I kind of need Kane. Like, if I don't have Kane or Haaland, I think it might hurt me if one of them does like really, really well. So that's kind of the thought process there. But Martial's been having a really good preseason as well, with Ronaldo kind of like throwing his toys out the pram as well about leaving United. Martial is going to lead the line, and I think having a United striker for 7 mil, especially with how well they've been playing preseason, I think it could be a bit of a bargain. It's just, how do I really get him in my team? I could just play like a 4-3-3 and just completely downgrade someone like Sancho, bring in Martial, and do it that way. But I don't know, 4-3-3, I'd feel a bit weird having like 3 strikers after how badly strikers were like last season. I think the money's in the midfield, especially because they obviously get extra points and stuff for goals. But yeah, Kane and Jesus are leading the line. But, you know, I have kind of, you know, danced with the idea of Son and Martial being in that squad as well, instead of Sancho and Kane. But I think Kane on penalties is definitely kind of pushing me in that direction. Also, the fact that like Haaland's not guaranteed penalties as well. Like Mahrez did say that he'd be like taking penalties, like he wants to take them. So yeah, the fact that like Haaland might not be on them, I think that's just a much better boost for like Kane owners. But either way, that's my starting 11. On my bench, it's Forster, Nico Williams, Andreas, and Greenwood. Pereira and Greenwood. I have gone back to Greenwood. I know I said the other day that like it's better to go for a low-owned 4.5 mil striker, just simply because when people sell them, his price won't drop, because Greenwood is owned by like, I think it's like 25%. Yeah, his ownership is 25.8%, which is, you know, quite a lot for a 4.5 mil striker. So, you know, if, I don't know, let's say like another 4.5 mil striker plays, then yeah, a lot of people will be getting rid of Greenwood and bringing in that 4.5 mil striker. You're going to lose like a 0.1 mil on like game week 1. Because people are going to knee jerk to mad on game week 1. That's the problem with FPL. Like, because if one player is going to score like a brace or a hat trick on game week 1, like it's just going to happen. And if you don't own that player, a lot of people are going to jump on them because people want them in their team. That's not the way to play. Like, sometimes you just have to get over the fact that you've missed a haul. Because if you bring in like a player that gets like a 15-point haul, and then you know, you've took a hit to bring him in or something, which you probably will have to if you don't have any money in the bank for game week 1, and then they end up getting like a 2-pointer, you've took the -4, and then you've got rid of a player that could have potentially hauled for a player that, you know, just because they've done well one week doesn't mean they're going to do well every single week. So that's also the problem with Jesus as well. Like, Jesus, I think, will have a really good season, but he's owned by 64.9% of teams. So if he doesn't do well game week 1, let's say like Jesus blanks game week 1 and then Martial gets a brace, people are just going to all jump off Jesus, bring in Martial. Martial's going to go up to 7.1. Jesus is probably going to go down to like 7.9, 7.8, and that's just what happens. So money's like really important at the start of the season, just simply because of how much knee-jerk reactions going on. But anyway, kind of lost track. Greenwood, I've brought him back in my team just because of March's comments, the Leeds manager. He did say that Greenwood could play kind of like anywhere on that forward line. So I think he actually will get a few minutes this season, which, you know, if I can get a 4.5 mil playing striker, then I'd definitely be happy bringing them in. There are a couple of other options as well, but yeah, Greenwood at the moment I think is the kind of standout. But either way, that's my team so far going into game week 1. Of course, it's going to be next Friday the season starts. Next week's content, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll do like my final team selection and stuff, probably like on Wednesday. I guess I'll finish off my team like Wednesday, maybe Friday as well. I don't know, maybe I'll upload another final team on Friday. But either way, that's my team so far. Definitely going to change loads. Thank you again for 3,000 subscribers as well, by the way. Absolutely crazy. Thank you all so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. But yeah, hopefully we can start off with a good game week 1. If you guys do want to send me your teams for a rate my team video next week, make sure to send them to my Twitter. Just tweet them at me. If you want to join the league, the code is in the description down below. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Let's try and hit 50. Subscribe if you're brand new. And until next time, peace.